okay, nature versus nurture. Like some people have bad parents. Some people have a bad teacher, have bad experiences, you know. Can the person who has only met good Muslims, has only met good people of a specific faith,
I see where you're going.
come to the same conclusions about that faith than the person who was like sheltered their entire life, right?
Yeah.
And I think about that a lot because when I thought about it a little bit more, I thought about myself. I mean, the reason I'm not Christian isn't because the church played with little boys. Like, that's an issue. Don't get me wrong, but that's not the reason I'm not Christian.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not Christian is because I don't worship Matt, right?
Yeah.
Amongst other things, but that's why I'm not Christian, right? But I don't look at the actions of Christian. Like, I don't need to meet a really bad Christian for me to be like, that's why I'm not one of y'all.
Yeah.
The same reason, like, I'm not Muslim because I met good Muslims.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. I mean, it helps. Don't get me wrong. It helps.
Right.
Sometimes how little we read, people's, you know, the way they treat us has a huge effect on us. You don't think
for
so?
Sure. 100%. And I think one point that I want to like really, really focus on is the aspect of when you were talking about depending on their environment and who they meet, were they exposed to Islam? Maybe it's someone who's never been exposed to Islam. Like what I find solace in is the fact that ultimately at the end of the day, judgment is not in my hand or your hand. It's in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like even, you know, for example, for me, maybe this is a bad example, but like my mother-in-law is non-Muslim, right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide her.
Ameen.
And her entire family. It's
Ameen.
Italian, mashallah. Like whole mafia
Italian.
Oh yeah.
And you ain't whacked somebody
Oh,
yet?
yeah. I told you I'm a killer.
I don't believe it, bro.
Listen, my brother. Don't cross me, cuz.
Dude, you real life got mob ties.
Yeah, no, see, we don't put the tears here.
I believe your wife might be a killer, but you, because she got real mob ties.
I mean, you know, I wear the pants in the family. You
Bro,
know?
Italian, that's,
Yeah.
I don't know, that just seems crazy. Like,
Bro,
yeah.
you know they're hardcore Italian when the homie's been living in the country for 40 years and don't speak a lick of English.
For real?
Yeah.
You know how hard that is?
I mean,
It's actually harder to not learn English here.
well, you're running a mafia. You feel me? You're just talking a bunch of Italians. You know what I'm saying?
What does he do?
He's I don't know. He's hitting hits over here. Go take care of that, Johnny, and Sal. You gotta do that. And anyway,
How did he talk to like his kids when they were young? Like, let me tell you something. Go to your room, man.
no, he doesn't speak English, Yahi.
Oh, I see.
Straight Italian.
How do you speak to him if you don't speak English?
You
That's
know,
bro.
literally-
That's exactly me, bro.
Literally, when I see him, like no, that's all I know. No, how you doing? I give him a hug, give him a kiss.
Yeah.
Hey, and this is him. Wallahi, this is him. Hey, I know. Wallahi, I'm not even joking. Hey, and then he does this little thing. We go,
What is that?
like, it's just like a, you know how like people like.
No, that sounds like a stab or something.
Like you like, you know how you tease kids and you're like you know,
Yeah,
you mess
yeah.
with little kids. I guess he sees me as a little kid.
No, I think he thinks you're a cat. Dude, me and my father-in-law, we can't speak to each other. I need my wife there.
To see you in that room. I would be dying.
Dude,
bro.
me and him, because he only speaks Arabic, and I don't speak that like Arabic, and not even just Arabic. Like he only speaks like Darja,
Yeah.
right?
Sounds
It
like
is
a
so,
dish, but
huh?
go ahead. Sounds like a food dish.
Yeah, but it's Moroccan Arabic. It's like a mix of
Dialect?
French and all. Yeah, dialect. No, not just dialect. It's like a whole
Language.
language, and like me, and like nigga, we just speak in dhikr, like nigga. Nigga, we just be like Alhamdulillah, oh Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, and we sit down, we say Alhamdulillah, and then he gives me tea. I'm like Subhanallah.
You out here mixing you're even mixing that up.
Yeah, that's it, bro. We speak in dhikr, my dog, like that.
That's so good.
Yo, our gatherings are full of blessings, brother. No English, bro. Like we just point at stuff and do just the different dhikr, bro. Just like Alhamdulillah. It's like I'm just like yeah. Let me get the remote for the TV, you know.
Ultimately, is what I find solace in, just to tie it, like to close the loop, is knowing that Allah is the judge, right? Like He is the ultimate judge. the most wise, the most knowing, the most knowledgeable, and so on and so forth. And so I try not to like delve too deep into like the what ifs. You see what I'm saying? But I will always give benefit of the doubt in a worldly perspective. Like whoever I'm talking to, if they're coming at me from such an aggressive angle, I will try to be like, make an excuse for that person. Like, yo, maybe they haven't had proper representation. So I will try to do that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then of course I feel like sometimes you're bound to meet people who are just straight like haters. Like they've heard
yeah,
and
for
they're
sure.
just like, you know, Tommy Robinson or whoever it is, the guy
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
UK.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people who literally call themselves the enemies of Islam. Like they know about Islam. They've met Muslims, amazing Muslims,
Yeah.
but they choose to only see one side.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like they just have this like preconceived notion and they're running with their own narrative.
That's a really good way of summing it up. Yeah. I guess it just comes from like a place of just feeling bad. And you make excuses for them thinking sometimes maybe we think too good of people and Allah knows better.
Of course.
Right. And so we're like, oh, no, this person just had bad representation. But maybe Allah knows in their heart that they know the truth and they chose to reject it. And you see
facts.
it one way, but you don't see it for what it is.
That's true. And then also at the end of the day, it's like we don't know how they're gonna die.
Yeah, you don't know their story.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like you don't know are they gonna accept Islam in 5 years?
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
true,
know. You
that's
see what I'm saying? And this like likewise, I have to reflect on myself. Who's to say I'm gonna die on Islam in 5 years?
Nah.